Welcome to Legumes in Space.
Attention ExoLab-8 mission scientists. The ExoLab has been powered up on the International Space Station. Astronaut Kate Rubin successfully installed the Cube Lab into Express Rack number 6 in the U.S. lab portion of the ISS. Our first photos are now available.
Here are the photos from the two cameras. What do you observe? What do you wonder?
Between now and Friday, you can start your ground trials using the ExoLab and/or the student kits. There is a new twist. Add a dark period at the beginning. As you see from the picture, our seeds started germinating while in the dark. To match this phenomenon, you're going to add a dark period of 48 hours. Let's walk through some instructions. If you are setting up an ExoLab, follow the experimental protocols that were sent to you by PDF or also found in Lesson 4 on the platform. Prepare the test tubes with the agar, the seeds, and the rhizobia. Please be very careful in preparing the agar. It will be very hot. Don't let it boil over or burn. Use extra precautions when handling the hot liquids and glass. Adult supervision is required. Place the test tubes in the rack and install it into the ExoLab. You'll now place your ExoLab in the dark for 48 hours. It will not have power. It will not be connected to Wi-Fi, take pictures, or record data, and that is okay. You will not start an experiment on the Magnitude platform until the end of the dark period. On Friday, we will email you instructions on how to pair it with the ISS experiment. At that time, you'll match the photo period, the light intensity, and the light color. Read Lesson 4, Data and Observations, so that you know what to look for this week and what data you will be recording. Start off a class discussion using those first flight photos. What do you notice? What do you wonder?
Later this week, after you start your experiment on the Magnitude platform, you will log your ExoLab data through the Notes section on the Experiment tab. When you remove your ExoLab from the dark and pair it to the flight experiment, your first entry in the table of the Notes section will be providing data about what happened during that dark period.
If you are setting up the Student Lab Kit, follow the directions in the optional Student Lab Kit Setup lesson on the Magnitude Classroom. It includes video demonstrations. Please be careful when preparing the agar. It will be very hot. Don't let it boil over or burn. Use extra precaution when handling hot liquids and glass. Adult supervision is required. After preparing your student experiment with the agar, the rhizobia, and the seeds, place it in the dark for 48 hours. It should not have access to any light. Then go through and read Lesson 4 on the Magnitude Classroom to learn what data and observations you will make this week. Look at the first flight photos. What do you notice? What do you wonder?
You will also report your student kit data using the Notes section on the Experiment tab. Since your student kit will only have 3 seeds, you will only complete L1, L2, and L3 lines in each section of the table. When you remove your student experiment from the dark, complete the table in the Notes section to provide the initial data about what happened to the seeds during that dark period.
Let's get those seeds germinating and explore phototropism in clover seeds. We'll keep you updated as we receive more information from the flight experiment in the data downloads. Until then, stay tuned.